the first point, and then we go on to the micro skill for writing. Actually there are 12, but I just put here only 11. And the first is all of it just the micro skill for writing. It means many more small skill for writer to improve their writing. For the first one is produce grapheme and orthographic pattern English, and the second is produce writing and efficient rate of speed to suit the purpose. The third is produce an acceptable form of words and use appropriate word order pattern. Fourth, use acceptable grammatical system. Fifth, express a particular meaning in different grammatical forms. Sixth, use comprehensive device in writing discourse. Seventh, use the rhetorical forms and conventions of writing discourse. 8. Appropriately complete the communicative functions of writing text according to form and purpose. 9. Convey links and connections between events and communicate such relation as main idea. 10. Distinguish between literal and implied meaning when writing. 11 is correctly convey culturally specific reference in the context of the text. That's all for the micro skill for writing. Then we going to talk about type of classroom writing performance. There are 4 types. One is imitative or writing down. 2 is intensive control. We can say control. 3rd, self-writing. 4th, display writing. And 5th, real writing. For imitative writing, it's used for the beginner student. They just copy from the teacher on the whiteboard. Whatever the teacher writes, they will copy down on their paper into the book. And intensive is refer to the student follow the structure that the teacher gives to them, and they start to write follow the structure. It means they stop copy from the teacher, but the teacher just give them the structure and they follow the structure instruction. And in intensive also focus on grammar also. Sometimes teacher give a paragraph that use only present simple, but teacher also give to the student and want them to make it from present simple to past simple. It's also intensive. And the number 3 is self-writing. It refers to the student have writing whatever they want. They are taking notes, but the teacher is explaining. It also self-writing, and it can be like diary. They write their diary every day. Is also self-writing. And display writing is refer to the short answer that the teacher gives to the student and they start to answer. Is one type of display writing. It also can be essay or report. It's kind of display writing. And real writing have 3 more divided to 3 parts. One is academic, 2 education or technical, and 3rd is personal. For academic, the teacher divide the student into group. The student need to work as a group, and then the teacher give instruction. After that, the students discuss and like share the idea, exchange their information, and after that they start to write. They make the real writing. After they discuss, they can write. When they collect all the all of the information from their group member, so they can write it. And vocational or technical writing is more high level than academic. We can use it for variety of ways. We use it more technical. And personal is refer to the student write their diary or take note or writing letter or postcard or SMS or chat. It refer to personal writing. That's all for my point. And next.
First of all, I would like to show my participation available. Good afternoon, teacher, and good afternoon, everybody. Okay, I go to my point. That is talk about the principle for designing writing technique. And these are the 10 points of principle for designing writing technique. For the first point, we talk about incorporate practice of the writer. In this point, is divided. It's talk about the way that the writer practice to get success of your writing. There are many points, but they will continue for the next slide. So move to the next point. We talk about balance, process, and product. In this point, what you're writing, you need to balance about the vocabulary or grammatical structure, including your own idea to complete your essay. And the writing, because writing is a composing process and usually requires multiple drafts before effective is created, make sure that students are carefully through appropriate stage in the process of composing. And move to the third point, account for cultural or literary background. This point, make sure that your technique do not assume that your students know English rhetorical convention. And the fourth point, we talk about connect reading and writing. Be clearly that students learn to write in particular way by carefully observing what is written. And the fifth, provide a smart, authentic writing as possible. In here, whether writing is a real writing or for display writing, it can still be authentic in the purpose of writing, or to be clear to the student. The audience is specific overty and there is at least some intent to convey meaning. And the sixth point, frame your technique in terms of rewriting, drafting, and revising stage. In this point, we know how to bring the technique. Frame here refers to a sample of the technique to tell of rewriting, drafting, and revising stage. In rewriting stage, there are several. There are a lot of points. There is reading a passage, skimming or scanning a passage, conducting some outside research, brainstorming, listing, clustering, discussing a topic or discussing a question, instructor initiating question, rewriting. And in drafting and revising stage, there are many points like getting started, editing, grammatical error, peer editing, peer editing. Before you get achieve of your writing, you need to share the idea with your member by read out loud about your idea to your member to correct it before you get it to teacher. Okay, and move to the seventh point. Try to offer a technique that are interactive as possible. In here, it is not that already apparent. Apparent here is mean clearly. To be clear, that a process-oriented approach to writing instruction is by definition or interacting. By definition, strive here refer to a student work in pair and group to generate idea and to peer edit. Peer edit, like I just said a moment, peer edit is we collect the idea from your member by read out loud, read your own idea to your member by correcting it into a right way before you get it to teacher. And strive to offer their interactive possible by interactive. It's as well as learner center. We call a sample opportunity for students to undertake activity and change idea together. We select it, we total it into one idea. And 8 point, sensitively apply method of responding and correcting the student writing. In here, process writing, unlike speaking, often include an extensive planning stage. Error treatment can begin in a drafting and revising stage, during which time it is more appropriate to consider error among several features of how process of responding to student writing. And 9, clearly instruct students on the rhetorical formal convention of writing. In here, the writer have provided some property for be clearly that instruct students on the rhetorical formal convention of writing. There are to be clear statement of thesis or topic or purpose. As you know that in essay, the opening paragraph we call hook and the connecting paragraph we call thesis statement. In here, a key statement of the thesis or topic or purpose use the main idea of develop or clarify the thesis use of supporting. And the second point, supporting by telling, describing. The third point, supporting by showing, giving evidence, facts, statistics. And the fourth point, supporting by linking cause and effect. And the last point, supporting by using comparison and or we can find a contrast. And the 10th point, technique used for writing should be meaningful. And the writer has provided 2 techniques that used for writing should be meaningful. They make students think. The second point, student writing is personalized. They write about their own idea and their own experience. And move to the next slide. Move to the 11th point. There are many ways students can get writing experience in class. And the writer in here, they provide 3 features that can get writing experience in class. They use special writing technique. Students get writing written response to speaking technique. And the last one, students write in order to put language data on paper for another language. And 12th point, for students write in class should be read by other students and the teacher for a reason other than correction. In here, while you are in here, let's talk about the working in group. Like one member, we share idea. We collected idea from another member by collecting it to one. We okay, move the 13th point. Frequent meaningful writing in class is important because it gives time to learn language they use and it helps them learn better. And 14, students need sufficient time to write in class. The 15th point, what students write in their topic book should be a well-viewable add to learning. 16 point, students write better or learn faster when they write about topic within their own knowledge and experience. And the 17 point, students should do a lot of writing in pairs and group because they help each other and it is easier for a teacher to monitor their work. Okay, that's all for my point. There are 17 points of principle for designing writing technique. And move to my member, Mr. Maichung.